welcome to Travel Services with Masego. In today's session, we are going to be discussing international fare calculation or fares within Africa for travel services in 5. If you find this video helpful, please give it a huge thumbs up, click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share to help a fellow tourism student. Please note, this video is based on the TVET syllabus for students studying towards a national certificate in tourism. Notes, textbooks, slides, and previous question papers can be found on futuremanagers.com, which will be linked in the description box below. So, with point-to-point fares, the point is to learn how to read, calculate, and code fares directly from the passenger tariff manual. Now, here we just want to know that you will be able to encode and decode different cities. You know how to read the rules. You know how to use various currencies, abbreviations, and so on and so forth. So before we start, it is important to know that we have what we call normal fares, which are now full fares that are not subject to restriction and allow unlimited stopovers. And then we have then on the other hand special fares, which are those that are sold at a discounted price, and they will then have more restrictions with relation to the application, minimum maximum stays, advance purchases, and so on and so forth. So the main thing that we are trying to teach you in point-to-point fares is to basically be able to differentiate between normal fares and special fares, and know when you are able and allowed to apply special fares for your clients. What you will need to do point-to-point calculations is your passenger tariff manual extract, which will usually be given to you separately. It's not a part of the domestic fares that you already have. So usually they will give you a passenger tariff manual that is specific to your that is specific to the activity that is given to you, or to the route that is given to you. You will then also need the rules that apply to those fares. You will need your quotation template, which is where you will then do your calculations. And then the last thing you will also need is the tax extracts or the tax handouts that you will use to also charge your passenger service charges, and so on and so forth. Now, with any scenario, they will always give you a flight schedule, telling you where the person is going to be departing from and where the person is going to be landing, if it is a return flight, and so on and so forth. So here you have an example that shows you the flight schedule. The flight schedule is showing you the departure from Johannesburg, and then the arrival in Mahe, and then from there the second flight is your departure from Mahe to Johannesburg. Then you have your passenger tariff manual. As I said, the passenger tariff manual will be given to you as part of the activity, and it will be related exactly to the route that you are traveling on. So here you can see you have your Johannesburg to Mahe. You have the various classes. You have F, FR, J, JR, Y, YR, and then after that you have then your special fares, which are then YEE45, YA, P1M. Right now, here I just want you to know that the fares that have the little star or the little dots in next to them are indicative of a one-way fare, and then the fares that do not have this star or dot next to them are then return fares. So you will then have to now go in and divide the two fares so that you will be able to know how much you charge each fare one way. Then you have the rules. It's important that you read the rules and you understand what the rules mean. Under the rules, number one, you have application. And then it says under application, you are able to use this rule for Y class round trip meaning a return trip. So round circle trip, apex fares meaning advance purchase from South Africa to Seychelles. Then number 4 says children and infant fares. You are able to, for children, you are able to discount them and they will be paying 67% of the adult fare. The minimum stay is 6 days, meaning your client should be staying at least 6 days in the Seychelles. And then maximum stay is 1 month, meaning on board this flight or when you use this ticket, the maximum amount of time you can spend in that country is 1 month. With regards to reservations, rule number 16, 17, 18, reservations, payments, and ticketing, it says you have a deadline of 15 days. So you need to advance purchase this ticket 15 days prior. And then from there, number 19, refunds for cancellation and no-shows says before departure, refund fare can be paid 10% less, and after departure you will not be getting a refund. Rebooking and rerouting is not permitted, and then before departure, and then after departure, rebooking or upgrading to the next applicable highest fare or higher fare will be allowed. The fare basis that you can use for this specific ticket is YAP1M. Now, if we go back to the previous slide, you can see now already the fare that you can use for this passenger is indicated to you already by the fare basis. We already see the fare basis. YAP1M is charged at 4,900 Rand, and then it uses the rule A030. So you can see there on top of the rules at the very top it says A03. So already the fare that you're going to be using is already filtered down for you. You don't have to go in and check and compare between all the other fares because the fare is already highlighted for you with the fare basis and the fare rule, right? Then you go into your flight schedule. You can see at the top here it's written 20 December, and then the departure date is 3 February. So already the advance purchase is already sorted for you. The 15-day deadline that you need to advance purchase is already sorted. And then as well, you will go into your departure date 3 February to 17 February. Your return date is 17 February. If you count the number of days between 3 February and 17 February, you can already see that the minimum stay of 6 days has been surpassed, but the maximum day of 1 month has not been surpassed. So your client can definitely make use of this use of this fare. Right now, that's literally what you need to know when reading the rules and comparing the rules to your flight schedule, your passenger tariff manual. That's how you are going to be using all these 3 elements together. The next thing that we're going to be looking at is your fair quotation template. Your fair quotation template is the same as the fair quotation template that we use in basic fair calculation, domestic fair calculation. The only difference, if you will notice here, is the taxes. We don't have a tax box for VAT, so we only start charging your taxes with PSC, and then we have SC, which is your war risk tax, and then you have YRYQ, which is the tax that is charged for the airline that you are going to be on. So you will then indicate your routes here: Johannesburg, Seychelles, Johannesburg, and then based on the fare that we chose, it was 4,900 rand. You divide it by 2, and you will then have then you would divide it by 2, and then you will then see your one-way fares. So you will write 2,450 one way. The fare then adds up to 4,900. From there, you will then add up your PSC in your tax. Your international tax, you will see PSC is written 131 ZA, and then from there you have another tax underneath your taxes, your taxes for international fair calculation, which is WC, and is charged at 110. From there, you will charge your SC tax, which is then EV. You only charge it one way because EV is charged for departures from South African airports, and in this case, you will be departing from a South African airport only once. So you only charge it once. From there, you have your YRYQ tax. In this scenario, we do not charge it because you can see here, you do not have a airline, you do not have a South African airline indicated here. So therefore, you don't have the amount given to you for this airline. In cases where the airline that you are using is maybe SA or BA or whatever the case might be, then you will charge YRYQ as per usual. Then from that point, you will then add up your fares or your costs from your fare here, add up everything, and then it gives you the final amount of 5,147. So this is how you are going to be tackling your point-to-point fares, right? I hope you find this video helpful, guys. Please share your thoughts and questions below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a video. Till the next session, bye guys.